where, it doesn't have to be just the NBA, but anytime a team is up 3-0 and then they give up 3 straight, momentum actually works the other direction. Look at baseball. If you're up 3-0 in a count and then it becomes 3-2, well, the hitter that was up 3-0 still has the advantage. Okay, 2 strikes occur, but whatever. In hockey, if a team is up 3-0 and then blows the lead, and now it's 3-3, well, the team that's up 3-0, they still have the advantage because the team that was trailing expended all of that energy just to make it 3-3. There are tons of examples in sports where the team that was ahead big time early on still has the advantage if things look like they're starting to fall apart. And that's exactly what happened here.
What about finals MVP? Besides Butler and Jokic, where are you seeing the money coming in?
It's a lot of Jamal Murray money. A lot of them. I think the cat's out of the bag with that one. Anyone looking for some sort of value is like, oh, well, if I'm not going to take Jokic, but I think the Nuggets are win. They're all getting on Murray. And then after Murray and Bam and Butler and Jokic, it's a lot of long shots out there. Not really seeing too much money come in. There is some Caleb Martin money coming in. A decent chunk of Michael Porter Jr. I saw coming in at a pretty attractive price. So I guess those are the players people are targeting if they don't think Jokic is going to do it. But I have a hard time believing that if the Nuggets win, he's not going to win the award. So that's why you see the big price on Jokic right now.
But the team that I love and the team that I think is going to be a team that needs to make a run for his services and work it out. And by the way, they're 24 million in cap space so that they can do it, are the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are all watched last year with their jaw on the floor, and now they're the favorites coming in to win the NFC North. They haven't won their division since '93, and they weren't even the NFC North. I think it was a Central. So I think him paired with Amon-Ra St. Brown, given that Jameson Williams is suspended, with that momentum, with Dan Campbell, who makes you run through a brick wall every single day when he wakes up in the morning. I think the Detroit Lions would be the pick, and that's where D-Hop would probably have the most immediate impact. Remember, he hasn't done well in the postseason, so that's what he needs. And if this team's going to the postseason, maybe that's where this old guy gets an incentive to maybe bring the price tag down.
It's so wild, Jorge. We've come this far now where we're saying going to Detroit is a winning situation.
Jorge, before we let you go, any of your favorite plays? We got to pick your brain for the Memorial coming up after Griot wins the Schwab.
Yeah, Memorial is a great tournament. I love watching it. Obviously, Scheffler's the odds favorite to win it. I always try to look at golfers' personal lives, at least in the immediate and what's out there. If you look at Patrick Cantlay, he just got married recently. If you look at John Rahm, he's coming off of a week of rest. He has a new baby in the family. Those guys are playing well. They're happy. Their emotions are well. I think I want to say it's 7-1. Yeah, John Rahm is 7-1 coming off a rest. He's 100% a top 5 finisher for me. I really do think so. Scotty Scheffler, if you want to play the short odds, then yeah, sure, put him as an outright guy to win it. If not, definitely top 10. And then I really, really, really like Patrick Cantlay to win this. A guy that I think is going to get his third trophy there. I think has been locked on all season, and I think it's coming, and it's his time this weekend. Patrick Cantlay is my pick as an outright winner.
It is interesting when you look at the AL MVP race that, yes, Shohei Ohtani, massive favorite here. Judge has the second shortest odds, and then you have a log jam after that. And while I think a lot of us talk about the tax on Ohtani because he is a unicorn, isn't there also a tax on Judge as well because he won it last year? He plays in New York, and anytime he does hit a home run, it's front page news.
Yeah, I mean, you're 100% right. I feel like this is a conversation we're going to be having for the next 3 months, just throughout the summer here with Judge and Ohtani turning into 2-horse race essentially. But yeah, I do feel like, the Yankees do see a public money. A lot of people like betting the Yankees. And of course, Aaron Judge. I mean, not to get totally into conspiracy theories, but I'm starting to wonder if we are starting to see the juice ball being, dropped into a few more games, like we saw in the Peacock game, and then also I feel like the ball's just been flying lately. But yeah, it's going to come down to between those two guys, and everyone's going to be pretty passionate about which side they like.
How seriously do we need to be taking the Texas Rangers, both in terms of futures and maybe even some key props for individual games?
When you brought up Evan Grant, I thought you were going to bring up the Yu Darvish tweet from a couple years ago. That always sticks out. I'll share it with you guys a little bit later.
No, we'll pass.
But I mean, Evaldi has been pretty much an ace. He's been amazing. He's pitching deep into the games, getting some strikeouts, and really carrying that rotation. They had Dane Dunning replace DeGrom in the rotation, and he's been great. I do think he has a significant amount of regression coming. I mean, he's just not a 2 ERA guy or whatever it is. But the Rangers are a team that I've increased as far as my priors go. Young has been great for them at third base. He looks super legit. But their bullpen is a pretty big question mark. As someone that bet the Astros to win the division, I think at minus 120 a couple weeks ago, I am a little bit more nervous about the Rangers now than I was then. I think that division will be a little bit closer than I anticipated, but I still expect the Astros to win it.
I buried the lead. The Live tournament, everyone I know went except me. I had so much FOMO. Apparently it was a blast. People are texting me like, this is your kind of event. There's a DJ. The music is so loud while the golfers are teeing off. They say they hold up these little signs like you can't talk, but it's like the baby like blasting on the speakers. Like it apparently everyone's wasted. They drive you around in golf carts, and it was a good time. A lot of people there. Pretty much everyone I knew ended up going through there. I saw on Instagram.
Yeah, but
so
is that the
I had
experience
FOMO.
for people that have access to certain areas, or like for everybody? Is that public stuff?
So I think
'Cause
there's
we're
different
talking
tiers.
box.
Like you can buy like the just getting in was $40, but then you can like upgrade so you get your drinks and food included. And my friend said like the little small plates, like sliders and all of that was really good. Apparently there was no shade though, but the weather wasn't super hot. But I can imagine if you're drinking and walking around, you can get exhausted pretty quickly. But I am bummed I didn't go. Sad.
If you are looking for pro live takes, look no further. BetQL, David. Here in Hawkswood.
Yeah, because you even said, do people even know what the rules are? I don't care. I'm going to have a good time. I want to listen to music, have some drinks, watch some golf, look for some dudes. Like that would be my agenda.
It does not sound like you're watching any golf. But what you're explaining, you can go have this party anywhere. You can do that. It doesn't have to be at a live event, right?
Yeah.
Is it like the Phoenix Open, but trying to be across the country?
That's what I think it is. Exactly that.
Oh,
that was the analogy I used with my friends. It sounds like it's the Phoenix Open and everyone's just trying to create that for an entire tournament.